Good morning and welcome to QuiltChat. My goodness, did we have fun at Fall Paducah
We
Quilt
had a
Week?
lot of fun, and I think
beautiful.
some of us are starting to get rested up a little bit.
Yes.
Oh, I don't. It takes me about a week, I think. It's a busy week. But you know what? We had the most beautiful quilts. And I thought that Kathy Wylie, who won the Janome America Best of Show, my goodness, was that a beautiful quilt?
It was.
Yes, and thank you to everyone who voted.
Yes, and she
That was
was
so
thrilled
cool.
too because, you know, the judges chose it as the first place winner in her category, and then the public chose it as the best one overall.
It was worthy.
Yes,
It certainly
absolutely.
was.
so
It
beautiful.
certainly
It
was.
has such a great story with it.
Yes, and you know, we do videos all while we're at the quilt show, and I want you to be sure to go to YouTube, and our channel is Quilt TV, and watch the video. She tells the whole story. In this quilt, there's a clock, there are birthstones, the months, and in each corner, she changed the color of the leaves to represent the different seasons.
Right.
So it
That's
kind of like covers
beautiful.
everything with time.
And in every one of those little sections around the hours, there are birth flowers, the different flowers that represent the months. There are phases of the moon stitched in.
Right.
It's really incredible. And it has a really unique binding
It really does.
method.
Wasn't that amazing?
I'm going to
That
hopefully
and,
talk to
and
her
she
about
also
that.
changed the color of her thread in the black. The whole background's black, but where she did it, the stitching with blue, it makes it look like it's a navy blue.
It's
It looks-
amazing. We really thought it was navy.
I know. Well, it's that, and then the other quilt that was our Gamma Quilting Machine's best wall quilt was by Lise Bélanger from Canada.
Yes.
And on this one, it has that beautiful owl, and you really have to look at that closely to see that she didn't use any coloring or anything to get the shading. She did the shading on that owl with just different fabric.
And those are
so
separately
cool.
appliqued, fusible applique on black,
On black.
so that it has a kind of a unique
It looks like
stained
a
glass
mosaic.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
If anybody saw the really impressive elephant from last year, that was hers as well with the same method.
Yes.
It's really nicely done.
Beautiful.
Yes, well, so we did 40-some videos last week, and they're all available on YouTube. So when you go to YouTube to watch those, if you'll hit the subscribe button, every time we post a new video, then it'll come into your feed.
Yes.
So be sure to subscribe to YouTube, and you'll
Quilt
get
TV.
all of them.
YouTube/Quilt TV
Yes.
with 2
Yes, we need to
T's.
be our Quilt
That's
TV
it.
channel. Yes.
Right.
Well, and then you know how when we're at the show, we always find new things.
Oh.
Oh,
The
yeah.
vendor mall is our treasure trove.
Oh, yeah.
And I was walking through the pavilion and I saw this nifty little sprayer, and I'd seen a video on Facebook about this particular sprayer. And so it was in the Hansi Creations booth, and their website is fulllinestencil.com if you want to buy one of these. But it puts out this really fine mist. So you know how when you want to make your quilt lay down a little bit after it's all done, how you can mist it and then pat it down into place? And so this is a good thing to use for that. But I have to tell you what they did in the booth. It was warm over there in that pavilion. And
We
so,
had one day in particular that was a little toasty.
so he had a fan sitting right here. And so he took the mister and went like this, and then it put that mist right back in his face.
That's
There's
great.
always a solution.
Oh, I
Creative
know.
thinking.
Well, anyway, it was a new product, and I just thought everybody would like to see that as well.
Wonderful. Well, I found a nice new product too while I was shopping.
Uh-oh.
Well, actually, I was, when I was walking down the aisles looking for different people to talk to and new products and things, I just kept gravitating to that Bernina booth. And their display of gold anniversary Berninas was fabulous.
The 125th anniversary.
125th anniversary of Bernina, and they are celebrating all year long. So, by Saturday afternoon,
You gave in, didn't you?
I gave in.
You bit
So
the Bernina bug.
I'm now the owner of do you remember whenever, back at the beginning of the year, we were talking about Bernina's anniversary, and I said, well, that gold foot that they're coming out with won't fit my machine because it's so old. I have an older Bernina that's about 36 years old. It's from the early 80s. It's a 910. And it's just time to get some new creative enthusiasm going. So I ended up with the 770 Quilters Edition Gold.
Gold on the front.
And with that came a gold presser foot.
Uh-oh.
Now, I haven't opened this yet. I haven't taken it out of the box, so I thought I would do a little unboxing here.
Okay, we want to see
So,
up close
okay.
and personal here.
Yeah,
Mint condition.
it's really, really neat. You know, there's this nice tin, golden tin. It's got a nifty little personal message, I'm sure, directly from me. Let's see.
Dear Anne.
The presser foot is coated with 24 karat gold for real.
It's
There's
foot number
instructions.
72.
It's foot number 72. Now, you might have expected foot number 1, but it's actually number 72 because this is the Quilters Edition. This is the ruler work foot.
Oh, wow.
How beautiful.
Isn't that pretty? Yay.
And as if that isn't enough,
Yes,
you
gold
get some
thread.
gold thread.
Wonderful.
Now, I don't know what's going to be so special that I'll use that gold thread, but I'll find something. So I
That's
can't wait to
gorgeous.
play with this.
Oh,
They
that's
also
beautiful.
gave with the set a set of rulers to do ruler work,
Yes.
and so
And scissors too you got with
oh,
that.
gold scissors, gold rotary cutter, gold little snips. I mean, and well, the machine comes with a cover, but it also comes with a suitcase to put your sewing machine in, all with the Bernina 125th anniversary thing on it.
wow.
So I'm just telling you, it was a really, really fun thing to do. It was time for a new machine, and I'm gonna
congratulations. So you got
have
the
some
special one.
fun. I went for it. So I thought you might enjoy seeing what the gold foot looks like.
And so you
on the
know,
QE.
Betsy, we're going to expect her to do some sewing for us for this quilt chat, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, well, the enthusiasm is back. You know, when you've had a machine for over 30 years, it's works well, and the thing never broke. That's the thing I kept saying. It won't break. I can't get a new one, and then I changed my mind. But it's just the inspiration that it gives to make new things, and I really like making clothing, and I'm looking forward to making some clothing and quilts. I've already got almost a whole quilt top made in 2 days. So
Wonderful.
Oh, really?
it's like
Oh,
zooming.
wow.
It's not a very deep one. I'm trying to learn the machine, so I thought I would take a pack of charm squares
Do
and
something simple.
Go for it.
do some simple stuff.
That's good.
Well, Betsy, now I know in On Point, you
Yes.
had a section in there about using the decorative stitches on your machine.
I do. We had all sorts of fun things. The Decorative Stitches is an article with some wonderful video content that we have over at Quilt TV that has some great tips, how to use the decorative stitches on your machine, and different ideas for ways you can use those. And one of the things that's really basic is don't be afraid of changing the scale of your stitch. Play with it. And the more you know what all your stitches are and you understand your stitch vocabulary, the more you'll find great uses for them. It's just really, really important. And I see you brought us something today.
I did, and I did this on my Bernina. and it's not as new as yours, but it's still pretty new. And so, you know, you can do your own quilting of your fabric by just doing it with decorative stitches. And so you can see this is a variety of the stitches that are built into the machine. And I will just always encourage you, you want to make sure you have a good foundation underneath it so that your stitches land on top like you want them to. But fun, if you haven't done it, you'll need to do this so you can see what those stitches do.
I've tried a few out, but there are hundreds.
Yes.
So
How
it's going to be great.
Also over at aqsblog.com, we have the Quilt 2018 project where we pick a different quilt style every month, and we've been doing it all year long, so you can look back to all the way to January and start there and look through all of them, pick and choose your favorites and give them a try, because we've got little techniques and exercises, and we also do a free pattern featured in that style. And so we decided we'd do an apple core quilt. And I wanted to bring my template today because I have this little template here for making an apple core quilt with fat quarters. And so, as you can imagine, this is going to go together nice and quick and easy. 'Cause it's
And we were talking about the difference in the curve here and the curve here. And this curve goes in here.
It does.
Such an optical illusion.
It really
Because you
is,
don't
but I
think it's
promise
going
they
to
really
match.
fit. And so you can download your template online, print it out, tape it together, and off you go. With 9 5/4, you can get a baby quilt done.
Wow,
Really
so that's,
cute
That's not,
and
what is
fast.
it, like 10 seams?
Right, it's just
Right.
so fast. And the curves are so gentle, they are not hard at all. And we give you little instructions there on the blog to do that. And then over for AQS members, we decided we would make an applique quilt. And so an applique quilt means that it uses 10 by 10 squares.
Yeah,
The
you're
la-
not
the layer
saying
cake.
applique. You're
No,
saying apple
cake. Like yummy.
which I wish you would have brought this morning.
Right?
But
That would have been so good.
it is apple season.
Yes, it is. And so this one works with 10 by 10 squares. And so you get that template over there with instructions. And we've done it in 2 sizes for the members, a baby quilt or a throw. And a throw will use 2 packs, and the baby quilt uses 1 pack.
And so the 10 by 10s are called layer cakes.
That's right.
That was
And
why
so
you did the play
Yeah.
on the name.
one of the companies calls them layer cakes. That's always been a fond term because I like dessert and I like cake.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. And also over on AQS blog, this is survey week, which we do once a month. And so this month we are asking you to share your advice for beginning quilters. And so the last question is a thinker, and it is, I will pose it to you too. If you could travel back in time, what advice would you give yourself as a beginning quilter?
I think I would say try lots of techniques and find which ones you like best. Because, you know, I don't care whatever we do, whether it's piecing or it's applique, there are many different ways to do it, and just test them out and find the one you like.
Play a lot. That's very good. What
And
about you, Ann?
I filled out the survey this morning, and I put slow down.
Oh, that's such
You
good
don't. It's not a
advice.
race. You just, slow down a little bit, take it easy, get a little. I know a lot of people aren't worried about great precision, but work on those 1/4 inch seams, work on the seams matching, and you'll have such a more beautiful product.
That's true.
That is true. And gosh, if I go back and talk to Betsy, we'd have a long conversation. But particularly about quilting, I think that the fear of doing it wrong, I would get rid of that. Just completely
yes.
get rid of
Just
that.
try it.
Just there's no way to wrong quilt. And I had sewn garments for years, so I don't know why I was so intimidated, but I was very concerned that it wouldn't be good enough. And so I didn't take things to Guild for a long time. And I did, I would meet different quilters and stuff, and I'd talk about quilting, but I was very intimidated to show them what I had done. And so I started with hand quilting, and my first hand quilting class I taught at a shop, and they asked me if I would teach machine piecing, and I said, I'm not precise enough. And the teacher flipped out her quilt, and she says, well, this is mine. And none of the points matched. And I went, I think I need to evaluate my standards.
Right.
But you know, I
because
think-
I'm making this way too serious, and it's a lot of fun.
So there's a limit to being too precise as well, right? Don't
And
worry about it.
So just relax and enjoy, and especially play a lot, a whole lot, because it's just a lot of fun. And nobody is going to get after you if anything is not perfect.
Don't take
or
yourself
right
too
or
seriously.
No.
But I think that carries on. Because we did so many interviews, I believe we had three different interviews that this was the first time they entered, and they won.
That's so cool.
And so I said to them, so why didn't you enter previously? I didn't think my work was good enough.
Yeah.
And we know that many of you are making beautiful quilts, and that, you know what? You just bite the bullet. First time I entered, I didn't tell anybody till I got the letter that said it was entered. It was during the end. And so you don't have to tell everybody, just enter it, because I think you'll find that your quilts are good enough.
Yes.
And it's easier than you think to enter
Yes.
at QuiltWeek.com.
All
It's
online.
super easy.
Well,
is.
and you know what? I don't want you to miss the first deadline for 2019 is coming up on October 19th.
Oh, that's soon.
So circle that date on your
And so
calendar.
for which show is that?
That's for Daytona Beach.
So if you want to enter a quilt in Daytona Beach, it's
October 19th
Okay.
is the deadline for entering those quilts.
Okay. Get that
And you
binding
know,
on.
we're just finishing up the 2018 shows, and we're already working on 2019.
Oh, we are. I'm not quite sure what year it is ever.
We always have to preface everything by saying which show and which year.
That's right.
Right.
That is
Right,
absolutely
Daytona
right.
Beach. Wow.
Yes, right.
Nice place to go.
Yes.
It's so fun. And over on the member only area where the AQS members can access special content, we also have started this week a 3-part series on Bargello quilting and making Bargello quilts. And so we've started out simple and basic, and we'll get a little more advanced each week. And that content will always be available for AQS members.
And that's
we'd
just
love to have you
straight line
there.
quilting. So that's,
Oh, it
that's
is.
one
So
that
simple.
It is
anybody
more
can
simple
do.
than you can
It
imagine.
is so
Yes.
simple and so fun. And so if you're a beginner and you want something that really looks scary hard, and you'll just shock everyone, come and play, because it is so much fun. And there's a little bit of magic to it, but we take you right through that, no problem. No problem.
All right. Well, Anne, we have a beautiful quilt behind
Oh, we
us.
do, absolutely. This is Autumn Leaves by Denise Russell. And Denise has used a really pretty metallic leaf print for those lighter areas. It's really stunning. Super pretty.
Has some
And this is
sparkle.
in the September issue of American Quilters. So if you're looking for the pattern, you can find it there. And it even tells you which fabrics exactly that she used.
Okay. All right. Well, so you know that brings us to our next show. The last show for AQS for 2018 is in Virginia Beach, Virginia.
What a great place to
Another
finish up
beach.
at.
It is, and you know they didn't get the storm that went through the Carolinas. They were sort of north of that. They got just a little bit of rain, but no wind or anything
good.
was carried
That's
over from the
good.
storm. So, but registration is open for that show, and we hope that we'll get to see all of you there. And it's coming up. We leave a week from Monday.
Well, Bonnie,
know.
There you go again.
Oh yeah.
you're on it. You gotta get
but
rested up.
You know what that means? It means you get a week off because we'll do it live
that's
at
right.
the show.
That's true.
We'll do it live
That
at the
is
show.
true.
Well, so put that on your calendar. Virginia Beach is October 3rd through the 6th at the Virginia Beach Convention Center. We hope we'll see you there. And if not, we'll be right back here next week for one more quilt chat.
Yes.